Good morning, good morning. I am back. I am not dead. I am alive. If you've been around and you're watching this now and you're a returning person, thank you so much for having patience. I know that I've been gone for 2 to 3 months and it's been unexpected. You are completely entitled to a brief explanation of where I've been, why I've been gone. So, I think just to put it short, in the first month that I've been gone, I was getting a little bit frustrated with how Splinterlands was operating and how it was running. I didn't like that it felt like they were trying to extract as much money from the community as possible. They were doing the soccer game, then they did it was like this it was one thing after another. It was like Rift Watches, and then it was the soccer game, and then it was the tower defense game, and then it was Rooney's, and then it was Splinterfest. Like it just felt like they were just trying to sell a lot of products in a very short amount of time, and there was just too much going on. And then on top of that, then they fired a whole bunch of the support staff. So it kind of the community and the place just wasn't a nice place to be. So it wasn't a joy to serve the community when the community was so upset. The second thing was FTX crashed in November, and with FTX crashing in November, that caused a heavy burden on my own personal investments, as well as the company that I work for doing crypto research. They suffered a they were heavily exposed on FTX, so there was a lot of fires to put out for that month. And then finally in December, I went on holiday. I went back home to South Africa. I managed to see my friends and my family after 3.5, 4 years. So I've come back now just a few days ago, and I feel completely revitalized and refreshed and just ready to tackle the world. So I think just with that said, I want to get right into it. I want to help you guys. I want to start building content again. I think 2023 is going to be a great year for crypto, as well as for Splinterlands and other NFT games. So I think just to get straight into it and talk about this video, I think the main thing that we should look at right now is the Splinterlands reward cards. So the main thing is to note is that a lot of the favorite cards are 99% printed. Your Bandit, your Conjurer, they're all shooting up. So you've got your Bandit, your Conjurer. There's a whole bunch at 99 right now that are about to leave. So your Pelican Mercenary, ooh, there's little photos. The Conjurer and the Bandit, those are the ones that I think are the most important. The Heatsmith, the Deceiver, definitely not the Lion. These are all close to DEC printing, right? The Wavesmith is now at 0.2 or 0.02. But if you look at something like the Conjurer, which is a common, it is nearly twice the price of some of the rares, which is just amazing. Obviously, they're at 86, where these are at 99. But if you think about that and you take it into account, so I highly recommend if you want to grab some of these, grab some of them before they go out of print. They can only get more expensive, but even 99 might be too late. People have already started accumulating and like stocking up their reserves. If you own land, these are the best cards for the land because you'll have super cheap reward cards that are max level, which might then give extra bonuses. Obviously, we're not too sure how that's going to work. That hasn't been discussed or confirmed yet. But just looking at this, I'm actually skipping the common cards because I feel like the important ones already have drastically shot up in price, with the Mercenary, the Bandit, and of course the Conjurer being number one. So what I've done is just looking at the chart, I started already to accumulate some Wavesmiths, and the other one that I really like is obviously the Jin Chihuahua, at 83 and 86% respectively. I wouldn't worry too much about the ones that are like 18 or less than 50%. I would just grab any of the 83s to 99 ones. I think it's a great time to pick some up. So just to show you guys, if I hit my peak monster and then I go to my market history, you can see that I sold a Persebilis the Wise for 71. So now we got some extra cash to spend. I'm going to invest more into a gold deck. But you can see that I've been buying I bought a whole bunch of the gins, and then I bought a whole bunch of the, how much are they now? Okay, cool. So since I bought them, which was earlier today, they've gone up quite a bit. So it was at 0.08 and now it's at 0.1717. And then let's go back. So we bought a whole bunch of them. Well, not a whole bunch, like 45, I think it was. And then we bought a whole bunch of the Wavesmiths, but then the most important thing is when I bought the Wavesmith, I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, it's not that much. It's like $10 worth just to get 5 level 8s, which are max leveled ones. And then I bought all of the ones basically from 0.019 and below. And then I started at like 0.18, I think, or 0.018 is the first few ones. And then I just vacuumed as many as I could. So that's like for the investment. That's for the idea that when eventually those cards hit the 99 or 100% printed out, those will be really good investment cards. At least that's the plan. But the other thing that I think will be quite fun is I actually have been playing around and building a gold foil deck. And I think I want to just go through some gold foil cards and just explain and build some, just improve my deck with the, I sold my legendary gold foil so I can buy a few more. I already have a legendary gold foil for fire, which is quite cool. But while I was playing some brawls, I realized I don't have a good tank. So I need to get a fire tank. I've got some archers. I got some cool stealth guys. I got a position 2. But there's always room for improvement. So I just thought it would be quite a fun time to invest in some like gold foil cards. So we're going to go gold foil. We're going to go to fire. And I don't know how much I want to spend. I think, let's look at my cash. I have 130. There's 6 splinters. So we're going to try and spend about, I think like 20 to 30 US dollars per splinter. Sounds like a nice one. It depends how I break down the videos, but let's see how this goes. But we'll definitely start with fire for now, or even water. So at the moment we got a Skullgore as the summoner. Let's see how that goes. So $9. Let's look at the summoners first. It's probably the best place to look. Whoops. What? I'll take alpha out because I think alpha will just be too expensive. Okay, looking at summoners, you can get a Quid. She's 38. I can get a Pyre. I can get a Tarsa, which might be worth it. But I don't want to spend, if I'm only budgeting $30, I've already got a summoner. I don't need another one. I think for now it's just more important to find some monsters. And then we can hit melee. Okay, cool. So looking at the monsters, then we can do it by... Okay, price ascending. Okay. Okay, so we do have a radiated brute. That's the first point. That's the most important. So we got position 2 sorted. We can either get a Minotaur, which is a pretty shit tank. This one's $5. This one's $9. I can get a Serpentine Slime for $2. That actually might be the solution. But the $5 Molten Ogre seems pretty attractive too. The Striker is probably a need. I don't have a Striker, but the Striker and the Cobalt Miner would be really good together, so I think I'm gonna have to grab a Striker. Oh, I don't want to buy from AO4, so we buy from this guy. See, between the tanks, my favorite would be the Forgotten one, but I don't really want to spend $15. So Molten Ogre is pretty good, but I think I'm gonna have to grab... I'll grab the Serpentine, Septic Slime, and then we got the Radiant Brute, and then we got some Archers. So that's looking all pretty good. Then we can quickly just take a look at some ranged. So looking at some ranged, what do we have already? We already have a Lava Spider, a Bloodmaker, a Tinderlock, and a Fire Beetle, and then the Countess. So looking at our range, potentially we might want to grab a Molten Ash. I think we definitely want a Scavo. So this is just useful because it's a 4 mana card that's always just good to put in. There's always going to be extra mana, so just grab one of those. This one's covered, this one's covered, this is now covered. Now it's either the Goblin Fireballer, Molten Ash, like decent options. I think I'm gonna grab one of these as well. Just because 2 mana, same type of mentality, it's always going to be useful. Flamesmith, maybe. Between the two of these, this is probably going to be used more. But I don't need that many archers, and I'm already buying 2, so I think that's okay. And then let's quickly look at some magic. Okay, a Djinn Apprentice, or the Techno Wizologist. Let's look. I don't have any magic. Okay, so I definitely need some. So we're definitely going to grab the cheapest one, because money. And then between these guys, I definitely don't want you. Probably would have to grab this one. But if we look at our budget, how much are we spending? What? Oops. That. Okay. Yeah, don't make that mistake. Yo, let's not do that. 2.3, 2.2, 2.2, $3. But for $3 I could get a lava launcher. That's okay. We'll think about that. But that's $12. Okay, so we still got some cash to spend of our little budget that we've set for ourselves. And we've been... let's grab more magic. Or let's see what the melees are actually. One more time. So we got this. I really would want this. This is such a good card. Oh, the Serpentine Spy. I want that, but I won't get it. I'll be good. I'll behave. We can grab... yeah, that's what I think it is. Which one of these? We get one of these. Okay, and then we buy with DC. Easily. Okay, and now the cards have arrived. So now looking at our gold foil deck, we don't actually have that many cards, but we do have some potent ones. So the main thing is for our tanks, we've got the Septic Slime. So this is going to be our pos 1. In pos 2, we can either do the Radiated Brute, or we can then smack in the Tinderlock if it's high mana, or you do both. But then Tinderlock, you've got the Striker, you've got the Miner, and then you've got some like Fire Beetles and Fireballers for like cheap archers in the background, even a Lava Spider. And then if we have extra mana, we do have the Countess, we got like some magic. So at least now it's a little bit more well balanced. Obviously I've got 2 Blood Makers, so I do need to get rid of one. But the Fire gold deck is starting to shape out. And yeah, I think in the next video I'll start filling out the water deck, because this one is completely empty. We have a Summoner, and then some archers, and then no front line, nothing. So we do need to add some meat to the bones. I'll catch you guys in the next video. The one thing is that I do want to discuss and mention is that I do want to rebrand the YouTube. So if you guys can, I do want to build a more general YouTube name and a YouTube brand. I think it's time to remove Splinterlands Guide. So I love Splinterlands guide, but when I created the account and when I created the channel, there was no other Splinterlands YouTubers. I think only Clove was building content at the time, but there was no one actually building content designed for beginner players at the time to teach them how to play the game and how to onboard and stuff like that. But nowadays there's so many good Splinterlands YouTubers. I think everyone's become a Splinterlands guide essentially. So I do need to rebuild and redesign my brand, as well as the fact that I want to build content and videos on other crypto stuff, crypto staking, and other ways that I'm making money using crypto. I think that would be something that a lot of you guys might be interested in. And also, just the more I talk about it, and a big philosophy I have is that if you teach somebody something, you also learn yourself along the way. And I'll learn things about crypto and crypto staking and other ways to make money on the blockchain that I just never realized before. So yeah, if you like that, give me some suggestions of different names either in the Discord or on the channel. Much love. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
So please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what you want me to do next. And if you're a new player, please use the promo code and I will happily send you the $0.5 back to you. It just lets me know that people are watching and using the promo, and I'm helping new players join the community. Also, if you find me on the Discord, just pop me a message. I'll happily delegate any of the new players some power.